he's alleged to have said, people. Brighton believe they can sell Moises Caicedo for a huge amount in the summer, and to keep him now, let's see whether Arsenal go in a third bid, which could be a club record deal. So I hope we do the thing. We have a sell-on clause with Guendouzi, but yeah, but to be getting man for 12 million, to be getting 12 million, how much is Guendouzi got to be being sold for? Really, if that is the case. And just like clockwork, people, because we've been linked with Youri Tielemans historically, as you can see here, people, Arsenal consider late offer for Youri Tielemans. It is very similar to the Shakhtar stuff around Mudryk and Ukraine, and that. Arsenal considering a late bid or a late bid to test Leicester City's resolve to keep hold of Youri Tielemans. Sources have told 90 Minute. As you know, he's turned down all offers of a new deal. His contract is allegedly running down at the end of the season. As we probably know by now, Arsenal are long-term admirers of Tielemans, and they are very much in play to sign him on a free transfer in the summer, but they are considering making an offer as their efforts to land Brighton's Moises Caicedo look set to come to nothing. The Gunners have submitted 2 bids for Caicedo, the latest of which was worth 65 million plus 5 million add-ons, but Brighton barely even considered either offer before turning Arsenal away and insisting the Ecuador international is not for sale. As we know, Arsenal are keen on reinforcements, people. The Belgium international would be open to a move late in the window, and 90 Minute has been told that if Leicester were not entrenched in a relegation battle, they may consider allowing him to leave. Once again, buying people mid-table is brazy, people. However, as things stand, sources insist that it will take a huge bid for Leicester to even consider parting ways with the 25-year-old, with maintaining their Premier League status seen as more important to the Foxes than whatever money they could recoup from the impending £1 offer from Arsenal for Moises Caicedo, people. Arsenal's increased offer of 65 million plus 5 million in add-ons for Moises Caicedo has been rejected by Brighton and Hove Albion, who insist the midfielder is not for sale. The Premier League leaders tabled a £60 million bid on Friday for the Ecuador international, which was also dismissed out of hand. So 2 bids have been rejected. Brighton's position is that Caicedo, 21, is going nowhere in the January transfer window, and this will not change. He has been told to stay away from training until the window shuts on Tuesday night, and was left out of Brighton's 2-1 win against Liverpool in the FA Cup on Sunday afternoon. Caicedo published a statement on social media in which he said he wanted to leave the club. Again, people, the 21-year-old said on Friday evening, "I am grateful to Mr. Bloom and Brighton for giving me the chance to come to the Premier League. I feel I've always done my best for them. I always play football with a smile and with heart. I am the youngest of 10 siblings from a poor upbringing in Santo Domingo in Ecuador. My dream has always been to be the most decorated player in the history of Ecuador. I am proud to be able to bring in a record transfer fee for Brighton, which would allow them to reinvest it and help the club continue to be successful. The fans have taken me into their hearts, and they will always be in my heart. So I hope they can understand why I want to take up this magnificent opportunity." Arsenal are keen on Caicedo as they are looking to sign a central midfielder. They've been exploring a deal for him in recent days and have now made a firm move towards the latter stages of the January transfer window. The North London club do have considerable funds to strengthen the squad in this window, as shown by their failed pursuit of Mudryk, people. So we'll have to see. But they signed him in 2021, in 2023, playing 25 times for Brighton since his move. I think that I'm pretty sure he's only played 30 odd times in for Brighton, full stop, and 20 odd times in the league. Quite the profit. Allegedly, people, Moises Caicedo, Arsenal eye club record 3rd transfer bid after Brighton offer hope over deal. The Gunners have not walked away from the midfielder deal after potentially key Roberto De Zerbi admission. That's all it is. For what it's worth, Arsenal considering an improved bid for Moises Caicedo as they try to sign a midfielder before Tuesday's transfer deadline. The Gunners had a second offer worth 70 million for Caicedo rejected. Smash the like button, people. But Brighton, who continue to insist that the Ecuador international is not for sale. Allegedly, people, De Zerbi said yesterday that his team was ready to go forward without Caicedo, and as of Monday morning, Arsenal had not walked away from talks. A fresh offer for Caicedo would likely exceed the club's record 72 million they paid to sign Nicolas Pepe in 2019. Arsenal want to sign a midfielder this month to bolster their title charge. Mikel Arteta's side are 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League and have a game in hand on Man City in second. They're short of options in midfield as El Nene is currently out with a knee injury. Partey also suffered an injury scare on Friday, which Arteta said is not serious, and it's come out that he'll be all right for Everton. De Zerbi said, I would like that he can finish the season with us, but we are ready to go forward without him. We're a good team, but we can also improve from the transfer market. Well, we've already seen the fans thing. For any chance of Arsenal sealing a deal for Caicedo, it is thought Brighton would have to have a replacement lined up first. Arsenal and Brighton have a good working relationship after completing a number of big deals recently. As we know, we've signed Trossard, and obviously there's Benjamin White. Arsenal have also shown in the past that they will not pay what they deem to be over the odds for a player. As you know, we've missed out on a few players. Arsenal could be forced to look at other midfield targets before deadline day if a deal for Caicedo shows no signs of being completed. Midfield is a key area for Arsenal in the transfer market this year, and they want to sign West Ham captain Declan Rice this summer. A move for Caicedo now would not impact plans for Rice, and Mikel Arteta wants to build a new look midfield around both players, allegedly, people. Once again, De Zerbi understands why he would leave Brighton for Arsenal, people. So you've got a sympathetic manager. So what does that tell you? If your move doesn't happen, take a couple days, feel sorry for yourself, get back on it, keep showing the form that has led these teams to be interested in you. So the olive branch is still there at his current employers. Probably will get a new deal. It's already difficult for me to be a coach. To be a coach and a chairman would be very difficult. Caicedo is a very good player. I can understand him because when you are 21 and you receive a request from a big club playing in European competition, I could understand. Playing in Europe could convince existing players to stay. I would like him to finish the season with us, but we're ready to go forward without him. We need some players in some positions. I've spoken lots of times with Tony, who's Tony Bloom, the owner and chairman. He knows very well my opinion because we are a good team, but we can improve also from the transfer window. We lost Trossard. If we also lose Caicedo, it can be a problem for us if we want to fight for Europe and the best position in the table. So what does that tell you? People, he's saying it there. And he also said he was surprised by, obviously, his antics on Friday, people. So we'll have to see exactly what's going on in that regards, people. We did see this already. I think these are the exact same comments, really. He did say I was surprised by his statement, but I can understand where it started. I don't know if you understand, but Moses is a good guy. So he might be being influenced by his agents. And what's wrong with him being influenced by his agents? He wants to move and play a bigger platform, and he also wants more money. You know, Moises Caicedo is not a Brighton fan. He didn't grow up at Brighton, and Brighton didn't just buy him because he's a nice guy growing up in a poor upbringing with 10 siblings. As he said, you saw the man's ability. You saw there was potential there. It was a relationship of convenience. He makes it into Europe. He performs well in the Premier League, living his dream, doing what he needs to do. You have resale value or someone that can help you. So I don't quite agree with that, really. But Fabrizio Romano has made a prediction on a player who would love to join Arsenal, allegedly. Caicedo would love to join Arsenal. He wants a top club move this January, as it was his biggest dream. Still, in my experience, Brighton will not change their stance just because of the player statement. It has to be a very good proposal according to their position. Otherwise, they are prepared to fight and keep the player, which isn't anything too groundbreaking in that regard. Charles Watts is, well, better yet, Albino said Moises Caicedo has more international caps than Premier League appearances. 26 Premier League appearances, 28 caps. Charles Watts rightly said, can understand Brighton's frustration at the interest in Caicedo, especially given his reaction to it, because you've annoyed it. But you can't say for 1 second Arsenal have lowballed or anything like that in terms of their offers. Huge amount of money for such an inexperienced top flight player. Exactly, as great as he is. I don't think he's wrong, and that's actually what I share as well. Arsenal are prepared to walk away from their pursuit of Moises Caicedo after Brighton knocked back a second bid, people, according to reports. So again, some people are saying we'll go back for a third. People say we haven't given up. Some people say we'll walk away. As long as, you know, either put down the money or get a replacement player in, it is what it is. Arsenal unable to budge Tony Bloom with second, third, or fourth Moises Caicedo offer. I mean, maybe they just said, forget it, people. If we bidded 70 million and they've said no, move away in it, really and truly. But we have until 11 p.m. tomorrow to see if our fortunes can change. I don't know if Mr. Jimmy is anyone credible, but he said he fully expects Caicedo to join Arsenal and Sambi to leave out on loan to either Monaco or Burnley. Both have made contact today. Been told second bid not rejected. Tony Bloom likely to speak to Caicedo and his reps tomorrow morning before making a decision. Also depends on De Zerbi's discussions with potential replacements. Expect this to come down to the wire. I mean, the dream is free. The Arsenal is sold separately. So we'll have to see exactly how that develops. Allegedly, Man United could be in for Youri Tielemans, who the 25-year-old Belgium, plays for the Red Devils at international level. It makes sense to join them. It seems like them links have gone away, people. So we'll have to see. But apparently United could be in the mix. He also then said on Arsenal, Well, better yet, he said the expectation is that Leicester are going to try and hang on to Tielemans. They're not going to accept any financial offers now because it's more valuable to the club football in terms to lose him on the free, but have Tielemans help keep them up, not if he keeps missing penalties. And he then said, we know Arsenal could be in the mix for a midfielder, especially with El Nene injured. I'm still waiting to see if Manchester United, less likely, and Newcastle, possibly Arsenal, chose to speed up the strategy on Tielemans and due to the need to put something down. I guarantee you, as soon as anyone puts an offer down for Tielemans, other clubs will have their heads turned, and Man United are the ones to watch in that capacity. So we'll have to see how that one there develops. Tierney is drawing interest from clubs in Italy, people. I mean, let him, if the 25-year-old wants to leave in the summer, great. I don't sanction, not that I make anything happen, but I don't sanction an exit for Tierney in the January market. But he's drawing interest from Juventus and Inter Milan. Juventus, who have financial issues going on, not too sure that makes any sense, people, but there it is. Apparently, Fresneda has told Valladolid fans, I'm not leaving. He's been close to joining Arsenal or Dortmund, people. Allegedly, he's told them he's not leaving. Hopefully, we can go and try and sign him at the end of the season, people. Apparently, he said, no, I'm not leaving. Calm down. Here you have it. So we'll have to see, people. So the young right back will not be joining in January. If Arsenal decides to bid again in the final, then again, people, we're jumping ahead a bit. Oh, we've seen that. No, we're not. Fabrizio has said, if Arsenal decides to bid again in the final 48 hours of the transfer window, it would have to be a club record offer. Caicedo would love to join Arsenal. He wants a top move this January as it was his biggest dream. Fair enough. David Ornstein has said, Brighton dismissed it as irrelevant because they insist Moises Caicedo is not for sale and going nowhere. During dialogue between the two clubs, Brighton have made their position clear, but Arsenal's interest remains, people. Big up Marquinhos, the young Arsenal winger, is going to Norwich on loan for the rest of the season. Marquinhos is joining Norwich City on loan for the rest of the season. Gunners have given the 19-year-old Brazilian the green light to travel to East Anglia for a medical deal likely to be completed in the next 24 hours. And I mean, with Smith Rowe, Trossard, Reece Nelson, who's ahead of him, Gabriel Jesus to come back, Eddie Nketiah, etc., game time is limited, and he's just been on the bench all the time, really. Once again, a second bid for Caicedo has been rejected, folks. Partey, in terms of a midfielder at the club, we've received a boost, people. Apparently, he's expected to be fit for the Everton game on Saturday. In relation to Onana, Peter O'Rourke said Arsenal, as well as a number of other clubs, are keeping tabs on his situation. If there's any chance he can be prized away before the window closes, I'm sure Arsenal and those other interested clubs will maybe make an offer for him. And again, allegedly, he has no interest in leaving Everton yet, people. So it all depends really and truly where you read. So everyone's got their own thingy. Once again, in relation to Ivan Fresneda, Fabrizio Romano has said, understand Ivan Fresneda will stay at Valladolid in January unless there are twists in the final hours. Arsenal and Dortmund wanted the Spanish talented right back, but the deal was never done. Fresneda now expected to stay and help Valladolid. Next step, top club move in the summer. There you have it. So, yeah, apparently De Zerbi also said, I love him. I respect his decision. I would like if he stays until the end of the season, but we'll see in the next few days, people. So that must mean he's closer to getting a move somewhere, or they're more open to letting him leave than we might exactly think, people. Once again, Arsenal agree Marquinhos to Norwich loan after Trossard signing. He's traveling to the Championship club today to undergo a medical and finalize his loan deal. It's a straight loan until the summer with no option to buy. And this was to be expected. He was going to just allow him to just, settle on and off the field, train with Mikel Arteta, see if you could convince Arteta that you can be used this season. Unfortunately, the minutes reflected to the time you spent on the bench shows that you can't be. You'd imagine surely Matt Smith departs as well. And if you're his agent, if his agent's any good, surely he departs the club either on loan or whatever. Apparently, Arsenal are to make a third bid of 70 million fixed plus 5 million add-ons for Caicedo. Brighton are holding out for 80. So again, hopefully we get over the line really and truly. I mean, where has he put this comment? I mean, I can't see it on his official thing here, Peter, but fair enough. Big up my guy, Art. So, yeah, hopefully Marquinhos can get some real moments. Nisar Kinsella said, Brighton are really firm on their not-for-sale stance for Moises Caicedo. An 80 million bid would be hard to resist, but for Arsenal would mean breaking the club's transfer record. If no deal is agreed, he will go back in the squad for February the 1st with no hard feelings. Once again, Arsenal are considering a record third bid, as we've seen already, people. Allegedly, Sander Berge has been linked with Brighton. Maybe there's a knock-on effect for if, obviously, Caicedo heads out, people. Arsenal remain interested in Caicedo despite 2 bids being rejected. Brighton consider the case closed, but have looked at replacements as per normal scouting process. Caicedo would love to join Arsenal, as we've seen with Fabrizio Romano. So yeah, so it is very brazy. Shout out to Pablo Marie. I mean, I don't know what Vlahovic is on there, but pardon me, Vlahovic going outside, really. But yeah, there you have it. Ibrahim Bamba deal could be done quickly if move for Caicedo fails, according to Ben Jacobs. Let's see exactly what's being said. You have spinning plates because you have to be able to move from one target to the other, and you can't let a target know that they're your backup. So it's all about having a consistent narrative with players and making them feel wanted, because you might have to pivot from one target to another. And it's very normal, therefore, to have multiple players that think you can get quickly, because there's only a few days left in the window. So with Ibrahim Abamba, who's a defensive midfielder at Victoria Guimaraes, he's on Arsenal's radar. I mean, nothing new there, really, nothing groundbreaking there. Declan Rice could be available for 60 million in the summer, people, which obviously the more his price drops, the easier it could be for Arsenal to obtain the 23, 24-year-old. Obviously, smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts, people. And then, well, we've had a fresh bid rejected for Caicedo. They've said this actually has gone 10 million more and said they're asking for 90 million, people. Yeah, we do know Martinelli's been offered a new deal. I mean, it's all going to be Caicedo where the rumours are concerned. Real Madrid looking at Saka, lol. And we've been linked with Zubamendi, Onana, and obviously Bamba. Hopefully these are legitimate backup targets. Or I wouldn't even say backup targets. Well, definitely where I would say go after Caicedo and Zubamendi to the same degree. Onana and obviously Bamba would probably be your backups, people. So where the transfer news is concerned, it appears that that's that, folks. Let me know your thoughts on such. Let me actually go back on Google and press our button and see if anything news come out. Come on, man. Tell us Jude Bellingham's en route to North London on loan. I mean, on a permanent, better yet, or, for his medical. Nah, Fresneda said, I'm not leaving and going nowhere. Caicedo, 1 minute, third bids are getting ready. And then the obvious, really, there's nothing too groundbreaking, really. And truly shout out to young Balogun.